All right, welcome back to Campbell Racing. We're going to throw a different kind of content at you, so let me know what you think in the comments. This is a league race, and since I'm going full try-hard mode, there won't be any commentary from me. The league is World Series of Sim Racing, or WSSR, and it's a pretty competitive league. It's on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it is broadcast on Freaky Fast on YouTube. This is my third season, and I'm probably a 10th to 15th place car. But the goal is, as always, to improve and to have fun in the process. What you guys will hear is me coordinating with my team as well as the live broadcast from Freaky Fast. My team is Storm Motorsports, and that's made up of myself, Andrew Medlin, our resident pro. He ran in the Hooters Pro Cup in the early 2000s. Chris Wade, he is our resident dirt expert and super speedway expert. And Chris Stitz, our resident sandbagger, because he's a legit 4.5 to 5K driver, but because he never does officials, I think his iRating's like 2.9K or something like that. But anyway, let's see if we can start the season off right and get a top 10, and hope you enjoy.
Here is your starting grid for race 1 for season 9 of the WSSR Cup Series.
I know Steve had already mentioned it earlier, but just a reminder that the leader does have lane choice. And the initial start's on green. Every restart after that is on within the Geico restart zone.
Row behind them, Sky Motorsports having their own row of Tom Bourne and Matt Meir in row number 2. Behind them in 5th, we see Shane Wyatt.
It's your poll, however you want to do it. If you want outside, I'll let you come down and be on the inside with me pushing. Or if you want to stay there and control both lanes, we can do that as well.
The winner of the opener race she will start in 8th place.
Yeah, the first start is on green, so I can't let you. I can hang back about a half a car length. Is about all I can do.
So I'm saying it'd probably be hard to get it. I don't know.
Take that final 10th place position.
I mean, I might get the run off of
11th and 12th,
two with being low on gear and just the outside full push.
Brian P. Johnson, previous champion.
I was like,
P14
do whatever you want to do. I'll try to help, but I can be about a half a car length back and kind of roll into it. But if they're pushing me, I've got to go too. You know?
Yeah. Matthew Rodriguez in 18th. 19th going to be Zachary Hall and Gavin Rogers in 20th.
In 21st, we find.
I'll try outside. We'll see. We'll see if it works.
99.
Might as well test it now, right?
Yeah, good point.
22nd position in the 46. In 23rd, it's the 97 of Mike Tellier. In 24th, it's the 12 of Andrew Medlin. In 25th,
we'll be adding a lap.
John Forbes in that
one
25th position. 26, it's Drew Jua in the 77 machine. In 27th, we find Christopher Wade in 53.
And the 16 have an EO outplate.
It's the 6 of Brad Delp. Ollie Fonseca will finish in 24th for qualifying, and finishing on our top 30, it's the 34 of Ryan Ferraro.
Rolling
I
off.
would also take
Next
the
gonna be
offer.
Justin Forbes in 33rd, Jared Hughes in 34th.
We are
Danny
on-
Cox.
We're taking outside here, right here.
Kelly 36th.
You'll be
Cody Reed
outside.
37th. Carl Pooler.
No,
The road is
that's
closed.
Christopher Bale in 39th, and Edward
Not
Sherry.
Could I go in yellow?
Line up behind the
Brian
same car.
Tan, 42nd. Christopher
Negative, they
Miller,
called it off.
rolling off
I'm not
in
one to normally
53rd.
be nervous or scared before a race. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking terrified for this
And
race.
some of these drivers, Carl Fuller,
already have a caution.
also Ethan Smith, Tyler Dinkins.
On the delayed green, we've got a caution.
Not going to be running tonight again. They were
Over is
knocked
looking
out
great.
by the drivers of Ben
Yeah.
Keeney, Vincent Sora, and Shane Tarian. Those are going to be your 43
May I
drivers
also have
starting
an EOL,
out
the
here
74
tonight.
car,
48 registered for tonight, but only 43 get to start today's
What could we
race.
start in the second?
As tonight, at 150
Let's figure that part out
laps,
right now.
we have a stage
Looks
break
like
at the
first,
lap
actually.
30. There will be no fast repairs for these drivers.
Try to remember
Yeah,
to take the car number when we question an EOL.
Either, and also allow us
Just
to
enables me
make
to
sure we went
find
through the whole
faster
list
than
of
others.
drivers before we went green. But Justin, off season's over. It's time for a new season, and already we're seeing
There's a lot of 20th out of Dodge.
Was looking at the list.
Yeah, there is. I mean, I'm already up to 20th.
Trying to race this
At this point,
season.
it's easier to
Couple
say
of them didn't make the
not
show.
on the
And
EOL.
also, we have 14 teams that are running for a team championship.
I didn't have a lot
We're
of
gonna
time
see
to
a lot of
practice
drivers
in
try
the
to work
draft
with
and
one
in the
another here
pack,
tonight.
so I might feel wet.
Glad you mentioned that to the viewers
places
out
up
there.
front.
Just think
Aiming
about
in the
that.
bag there,
Super
running.
Hero
Always a
racing,
weapon.
one of the
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
easiest places to be
Well,
with
yeah,
your teammate.
these,
Better be.
I mean, you
Get out there
you
and try
slide
and
a
go
whole
for
lot
it.
more
If you have
than the other
14
cars,
teams,
so
Sam, just think about it.
You
There's
lock 'em up.
so many
29.
Can't really
strategies
turn.
out there. I can't wait for this race to start. I can't wait for us to learn all these drivers, all these new
with 29
There's so much
wants
talent
to
out there. I can't wait for this to get green here next time up.
Yeah.
A massive amount of talent is out there on track. I talked about this a lot in these last 2 seasons. WSSR
All right, good luck, guys.
the All-Star
People have 30,
series,
we
you
can
could
do it,
say,
all right?
of all the different
Believe.
leagues that Freaky Fast Broadcasting has covered in the past, and having past
Good
champions
luck,
show
everyone.
up. This season, though, we've got a lot of new drivers that were outside of the view of Freaky Fast Broadcasting, such as the Sky
Gonna
Motorsports
come down a little
Racing
bit. I don't
team
want
with
them
Tom
pushing us
Warren,
3
Matt
here on the
Beer,
front.
and that team
Like
as
immediately.
well. Those are some drivers we've not seen here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Also, seeing the likes of Steven Simpian bringing over some drivers that we haven't seen
like
in
40,
over a year and a
35,
half
let's go.
that once was called the drivers
They're point for
in
fast
past
lap.
leagues that we've covered. I'm just shocked to see the amount of drivers that have shown up. We had thought that this was going to happen last season with the amount of drivers that
Not a physical point,
registered.
but it is actually a
We didn't
playoff
get to see
point.
knockout qualifying. We finally got to see our first knockout qualifying run in the
Good
WSSR.
luck, boys.
And now it's time to see
Good luck. Good
how
luck.
the first race
Right on
for
one
the
piece.
season 9 is going to start and conclude
Cedric,
as
it's
the
just gone
pace
on
car
me. We never
pulls
practiced.
up.
We're in.
It's time for some green flag racing. Your trophy smack 225
All right,
is
I've already been
Whenever
underway
you're clear, come
for
on down.
Chris Sitz, as well as going to be seeing the drivers up front of Ken Campbell and
There we go.
everyone else trying to get in line quickly. Here we go, Justin, as they roar down into turn number 1.
43, you hear them ready going through turn 1. Inside line starting to prevail already. Guys getting down there to the bottom, and their teammates trying to find their team. Like we said, 14 teams out there. Get together, start drafting, and try and get to this front and settle in before the lap 30 competition.
Hi, Josh.
Stage.
And drivers already trying to get some
Very
major
inside kicking
bumps
up,
on
Madeline,
the
buddies
up
a little bit.
front for some drivers.
Wow, that's a big checkup on the inside.
I can see it. It's all starting to stag up.
Wow, that's a big
Chris
checkup.
Stitz in the 17. Chris Stitz had a rough season back in season 8.
Figured
Was
I'd
not
tuck him
really
behind
solidify himself
Zach
as
Hall,
a
figured I'd be
good
safe, and then I
driver
just
for
about
the
wrecked him.
races. And this season, I'm excited
That
to
would
see
have been
what
a
we're
good way
going
to
to see from this
start.
driver, mainly because new car, this team looks to be
Well, I
strong.
got typed there.
Next gen, that's what we're seeing from Chris Stitz and Ken Campbell. Star Motorsports working well, trying to lead lap 1 and 2.
Well, the 17 is definitely showing his strength in the next gen. Like you said last year, a little bit of injuries, but he was one of those drivers that definitely was all he seemed to do was get out there and finish the races. And tonight, right now, he's up front doing what he needs to. You see another driver making a move to the outside. He got out of that inside lane. That's Thomas Bourne, new driver there, trying to get that outside right there, side draft, getting into turns 3, able to stay alongside him, coming out of 4.
Now it's going to be some teammate on teammate battles as we've got Sky Motorsports on the outside of Tom Bourne being held for that year, and Storm Motorsports on the inside. And Tom Bourne's going to lead his first lap for the WSSR career for the 0-4. We got a lot of rookies that are already showing up.
That's a big bump I'm talking about.
Top 10.
So that's a big bump to your bumper.
Tom Bourne, the rookies want to show early that they're
Yeah, well, I was
drivers to
talking about
watch
in practice.
out for,
You know, it
as
came a
the
little bit
front
late.
is side by side throughout most of the field.
Yeah, that was a
Side by side
scary
for sure.
one.
We're not seeing the lane become dominant yet. Pretty much the first 25 cars, it looked like they were pretty even. Not any drivers deciding to go inside, outside, keeping it somewhat even for us. Right now, these fields are seeing some great, stable racing for these first 5 laps.
Everyone trying to figure out where they're going to feel the most comfortable at this moment. Currently seeing the outside row looking very quick, but how much are you willing to stay on the outside? As Steve Stimpy and Bronson Stafford going to be side by side as we bring up our first driver cam. It's for the 88 of Steven Stimpian running the inside. You can see his hands. He's white
gonna know outside is
The 88
strong.
has to.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of the pack as he early on adjusting these next-gen cars. Tire wear is actually something we're going to
I don't think they're just going to run away with it, but I think they do have the advantage until it gets tight. Like tighter than this, I've already got tight a couple
Seems like the
times.
tires do start to fall off. You might see a little bit of separation. I can get guys starting to get get a little bit of run getting in the corner, maybe trying to force their way up through the middle. Could be very interesting, but like you mentioned, being in the back right there, Steven Cynthia really having a fight on the wheel, trying to make that car handle that air turbulence so violent back there in the middle. You get so much of that turbulent air from the cars, clear outside, coming up, spoilers in front. It really makes it a challenge to drive.
Working outside.
If I'm clear, do you want us to both move top, or you get here?
Drivers we've covered in the past.
We try and move top.
The
Doesn't seem to have too many friends up here, so
I
take it easily.
Those are the laps we need, man.
I'm going to be clear on exit here.
Good lap there, good lap.
Field also teaming up with Gavin Rogers is Sherry Hughes. Hughes, though, much deeper in the field, back in 27th position.
Not much of a run,
Other
but
drivers returning from past series that we've covered. It's the 46 at Trenton Jump that's out on track, running on his lonesome currently on his team of Armadillos. He was hoping to have a teammate join with him.
I'm good either way.
Like a few other drivers searching for allies and proving that they've got some speed up there.
You're doing it, Bob. Looking good.
Not having anyone on your team.
You got it, man. Come on.
Might be
You got it.
an advantage mentally. You don't have to do what they do. Maybe you just decide to make your moves. Hey, if someone goes, they go. If not, you figure it out. You find someone else.
I'd like you down half a lane, if possible.
And Super Speedway Racing, definitely you want to have teammates, but I've seen drivers without.
I'm afraid he's going
teammates,
to
so
stick us outside 3 if we're that high.
Here's Andrew Medlin, not a rookie in the other series that we've covered, but a rookie in the WSSR, the 12, looking for a good run here tonight, has his teammates up front looking strong with Chris Ditz and Ken Campbell, and currently it looks for the Storm Motorsports driver, trying to team up with the 53 of Christopher Wade to find himself
just straddle the stripe, kind of.
Yeah, left on the stripe. That way I can anticipate.
This time it's a two-way track.
Still there, your door.
Power in finding your teammates and sticking very strongly up front.
It is. You see right here, we're on
30.33. Still inside.
You see cars stacked up in front of you, 2x2x2. This is the type of track you're not going to get really drivers spread out.
Still there, your door.
All right, Weapon, you want to go for a ride?
Stuck right here, unfortunately. Maybe some tire wear continuing to start to right now, being stuck here, especially in the bottom, not many places to go to make up track conditions here.
No,
I wasn't saying I was going to bump you. You're not that stupid.
Trying to force the issue to go pretty wide with no fast.
Too early yet.
Still there.
Just going to get us up to the front.
It's too good to come like half a lane down on the front stretch.
That's what a lot of drivers are feeling. If you
Are they cutting
Not a lot, but they're holding it pretty tight.
Otherwise,
Hit the gas,
just
boss
right
man.
in the
Get
line.
after it.
And so we get done with our first stage against stage 1. We'll be concluding
Still inside, even
lap
up.
30, unless there is a caution. Lap 25 to 30, that will count as a stage break for tonight's race. And Justin, looking at the drivers up front, again, a lot of rookies trying to show out that they are going to be fast drivers to watch out for. 12 laps in, a couple of
Got loose on the bottom there.
last season,
thank you.
7, touching the apron. That's going to be watching
Everybody got on
Ellis
the brakes
Newbigin
there.
with a big slide on the apron for himself. Looked like a bad bump, and that just lost the
It's
whole
inside
entire
lane.
inside
Thanks.
lane for
Back
that
here.
whole entire corner.
Whole inside lane.
Wow, top ain't really going anywhere either.
The leader won't do what I fucking want him to, so.
See if the 7's able to suck back up. It's going to get a huge run here.
Oh, yeah.
Down that front straightaway.
Yeah, let's do something different so I can move up here. Back here.
I can brake check the inside.
Down there and try to get into those spots for fun.
I think
They are starting to move up a little bit on the back to side drive.
Starting to feel a little bit of the wear and tear on your tire.
Still inside.
Field closing back in. That once gap that just mounted up a lap ago is completely dissipated. We're back to full 2x2 racing.
Yep, perfect line on the front there.
At that moment, I was going to talk about the fact that we've got some drivers that were hunting and hounding and almost found themselves being the season's 8 champions.
Still there.
That outside of even our top 35, we've got back in 36th position, Ryan Kelly, 37. He's Brian Can. Last season's
They're going pretty wide now.
Carrying it back in 40th. We got some drivers that are really taking the, I want to
Trying to.
this race approach instead of getting a first major speed bonus to start off your season.
We have some drivers who want to be in the back, Sam, to survive, and now we have guys up here in the middle of this pack looking to make it 3 wide potentially here. Looks like 70 of Aaron Smith, my pick. He's going to be stuck here 3 wide with some drivers on the inside, on the outside of him, 2 wide coming out of the corner.
3 wide though, got to be in the middle, and we're going to watch
inside your door.
second. Also Drew Drula and Trent Jump going to be 3 wide for a quick moment as Trent Jump at 46. He just cannot get off of this wall, trying to find an opening to drop into the second lane. Finally will find an opening for himself, but that was a loss of over 6 positions for Trent Jump in a blink of an eye where he thought he was going to be moving forward. Instead, it was the opposite direction.
A little loose out of 2.
About how those guys, they did right there. They got 3 wide for a little bit. Now they're back to that 2x2. But Sam, this track is wide enough to run 3 wide at certain parts of it, and then it gets narrow again. It gets wide and narrow. It kind of tricks you, especially in that front straight where there's so much room. And if we don't get back to 2x2 pretty quick, it could be troublesome trying to go 3 wide off the turn.
Well, speaking about that space on the front stretch, the apron is free game on the front stretch.
Yeah, we're kind of falling apart right here, but if he didn't come up, we can regather.
Cannot drop below the red line. Not even the left side tires can go off into the red line and try to make a pass. Plus stay on the racing surface on the back stretch from the exit of turn 2 to the entry of turn 3. The apron is not fair game. Only on the front stretch can you go below that red line.
That's great feedback.
Guys running 30.3.
Might be
Still inside.
Watching that type of speedway at a 1.5 mile track like
coming
this.
here.
It's such a fun
If I can
track.
get there.
One thing that I
Oh, no help,
noticed,
no help.
Going into turn 3, previous lap, I saw that
Still
06
there,
kind
your
of
door.
push up a little bit in the middle. He got into more in the middle of the corner, wasn't able to hold right on the bottom. Right here, as you see, they're starting to slide up a little bit, not staying on that red line fully, and that kind of, and that outside line, that could be issues if the driver's pinching it down.
30.319.
Trying to get 3 wide here in the middle of the field. You're already seeing a lot of slipping
Go there.
but it is go time with 11 laps to go before the stage yellow will be thrown, and the window of the stage even being quoted sooner is just within 5 laps. So
My help back here is falling off, so
we're
kind of stalled.
Drivers will get stage bonus points at the end of lap 30 unless you have caution between lap 25 and 30.
Still there.
I mean, I'm fine finishing the stage here.
But the yellow flag for the stage
I'd like to get you the stage win, but
10th place across the line, so you could steal some
Yeah.
stage
They
bonus
still got
points
Yeah, we
if
got
you
10
find
laps.
yourselves taking a couple of positions late.
Gotta set another statement. Y'all gotta finish 1 and 2.
Always you see a car pull
Still there.
well, we can't get clear, so 1-3 is possible.
Maybe, yeah, he's able to get back on the track. I thought
That
maybe
ain't
Sam,
good
I thought
enough.
maybe he was thinking, you know what,
All right, fine, I'll wreck him. I'll take first.
just kind of got loose coming out of the corner. So these tires are starting to really show signs.
We all know I calls every caution anyway, so.
Looking good.
Low, going backwards for himself. Moving to the outside lane, though, it's the 77 of Drew Jua, and I'm not surprised by this. I've seen Drew Jua in that 77 machine be aggressive and joining a very aggressive team like Lucky Ducks. I'm not surprised at all. We're starting to see some movement on the outside groove. Joining up with Drew Jua, it's going to be his teammate of Edward Sherwood Jr. And let's try 3 wide, almost for a second thought 4 wide, as the field's getting a little bit more racy as we're closing in to the end of this stage. And that window is talking about.
Dude, I'm trying to get up there to push you, and I just can't.
30 is going to be a big window because we have a caution between that window.
No.
That's the stage.
Oh, I got it here.
Driver
Got it
knows
here.
It's got to move forward if you want those bonus points.
And if you want those points, you really have to start moving forward. These cars are really starting to look like a handful. I saw the 75 get a little twitchy. You can see the 71
he got tight,
get up
slid up
the
some.
wall, is able to get off of it.
Big checkup on the inside.
And the 61's going to fall
Big.
in there too.
Yep,
No
we're
trouble
clear.
on the inside. A little bit of a small tap to Tom Bourne. He's
We're
gonna
kinda
jump to
too
the
far out
inside.
in front now.
4 wide as the 06 goes backwards.
Still
They're
slow on the
scattering out
bottom.
almost 5 wide as off the exit of the corner. Just
He has a run on the bottom, but nobody's with him. Nobody's with him.
Is Tom Bourne
Yep.
as he tries to move
I'm glad
away
you were behind
from
me,
the
Danny.
lead all the way back to 37th position. Is Tom Bourne, and Chris Stitz takes the top
He didn't have
spot
any help
with
to go
his
with
teammate of Ken Campbell. Now Larry Yingling, the 3-time champ, is in the mixture for a
Cars
stage
roll
win.
tide, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just barely brushed the
Is
wall
he going to
there.
be able to make a move?
I know my mind is too, but I ain't seen you in a
This
while.
field is really starting to get. There's getting that
Guys, we're
space
running
between them, which
30
allows for good runs.
Seems to be
Pretty wide
fine.
going off in the
Yeah.
turn
1 and 2, but
Going off
turns
the
3 and 4 is
yeah.
top.
Number 1,
Yep,
and it's going to be
exactly.
Shane Wyatt stuck in the
That's
middle.
what I was
Outside
experiencing.
to the 07.
Yeah,
Ryan
there's no reason
Morrell.
for me to push you here,
And
so.
drivers up front, I'm circling up the 77 of Drew Jua, the 71 of Edward Sherwood Jr. Those two are willing to make some big moves. They made the outside lane work. They kind of caused a little bit of chaos. Also were assisted with some of the bad bumps up front. And the 77 trying to find an opening They'll dig down to the inside, trying to get by Larry Yingling. And the teammates of Lucky Duck,
It's
they're
just
on
the two
move.
of them
They're
on
on
the
the
inside, no
charge.
help behind.
5 laps to go, and we're in the window.
Stop.
The caution flag comes out. That's the stage.
That would be the stage, and that's why you're seeing these guys race so hard. Because if the caution does come out, they want those points now. As the 71's going to get right up there behind the 77, push
super
right
tight
off
in
into
the
the
three.
corner. You can see how close they got, but look at the speed he's able to give. 77 Drew Jewett, not able to get alongside Christus yet.
4 to go.
Going to be trying next corner.
Other strong Super Speedway contenders trying to move forward. The 13 of Cedric Hunter also on the charge in that pink Hello Kitty machine. He's going to have Brian Noel behind him, past teammates of one another. But it's Drew Jua in the 77, the 71 of Edward Sherwood Jr. giving the bump draft in the teamwork, and they're going to be 1-2.
If you go that low, I can't go with you because
as when they cross
defending
the line,
outside.
3 laps to go. Left in the stage, top 10 drivers get bonus points, and right now the battle for 10 is between the
He's in the wall, stay in it, stay in it, stay in it.
as well as no trouble. Edward Sherwood Jr.
Yeah,
to the
lead the
outside
inside.
wall for the 71. Sign his side draft and hold everyone back, and from a blink of an eye, they go from conquering and holding off the lead room to now going backwards to 71.
Wow, big difference right there, and all those positions lost, but stage points lost. Most important, I think when the 77 went up to the outside lane to block, the 71 went up almost too late, Sam. It looked like he almost pulled right in front of the car behind him. Not even sure if they made contact on that, but then he ended up sending it right into the wall. But big moment for him.
Huge moment, and now going to be the new drivers battling for that 10th place position. Trent and Sean, those are going to be the two drivers.
No, you're good. I want to stay up here anyway, so let's just run it out here.
Green and black 88. That's for the fight for who's going to get the final bonus point. As Drew Jua no longer has a teammate, but he
I might
still
come down
leads
at the bottom of the
race.
next lap
Coming
if
to
I'm
2,
clear.
1 lap to go in the stage. Again,
I'm afraid if I do, though, I'm going to get super
the
loose.
yellow flag we've thrown by our race
I have no
control.
help behind me,
Steve
so.
Benjamin, Jua though, trying to get every last bit of momentum to hold off the rest of the field as Larry England mounts the outside. This is the white flag of stage number 1. Here we go, Justin. Drew Jua looks strong up front even by himself.
He's got that outside line going. But Ken Campbell down on the inside, going to try and get some momentum going down here. He's going to get a big push, but Larry Yingling going to pull to the inside, send it off into turn 3. He's going to go for the lead.
The 3-time champ of the WSSR Cup Series trying to make the late dashing move. The veteran against the rookie, but Drew Jua going to have the help from his other rookie competitor, Bronson Stafford from Sky Motorsports. And it's Drew Jua going to be your
Good stage, dude.
winner.
Good stage.
They scored at 11.
Oh, you just missed that.
That's a preview just to what we're going to see later on. This is going to be a
Fell
fun
all the way
race
back
here
to
tonight.
5th on that.
And that's a preview of how quick you
Larry,
can
you
use
got a
positions too. Larry Yingling going down the back
Yeah, they
straightaway.
really came
We
with
got
a
excited.
big
We
charge.
thought he
They
was
got
going to go to
screwed
the
by that guy
lead.
cut
He
me
got
off.
up there, got alongside, and then it
Yeah, the guy
faded out.
blocked me in
Didn't have
front,
push,
and
didn't
so
have
I
momentum. Where he ended up.
I went to go low.
So third.
And then
At
as
one
soon
point
as I
in the fifth,
did,
thought he lost
he
more
regathered it, and
positions,
the guy
but
got
still,
to my
Sam,
outside,
that
and I
just
just
shows
I
you
didn't
gotta
have
time
anything
it
to do.
perfectly.
Yeah,
That's something
yeah.
Larry, he's a smart driver. He's going to learn what to do on that final lap if he's up in that position to make sure he gets that win.
And here you see where the points
y'all
will be
staying
lying
out.
for drivers. Drew Jua going to be your stage winner.
get that
Bronson
lap led,
Stafford
man.
second, as well as going to see Larry Yingling, Shane Wyatt, Ken Gamble, Chris Stitz, Steven Stimpian, Matt Meir, Edward Sherwood Jr., and Cedric Hunter going to be your 10 drivers with bonus points. Your stage. There will no longer be any more stage racing from here on out. It's all about who's going to take the win. But this pit stop, a little bit of a breather, but also some great knowledge to take in. I mean, Justin, you get all that knowledge of tires
87,
now
87.
with this pit stop.
88.
Exactly. That's what I want to see.
85.
Is everyone to be taking lefts?
I had
Are they
89
gonna do
across
rights
the front,
only?
90
Anyone gonna
across
maybe
the
do
back.
lefts only? Start doing that strategy on super speedways. Maybe taking rights here, lefts there on the next pit stop, trying to get that track position. Hard to pass, but tires are very important.
Extremely important, and
almost
as
had a bad pit
drivers
stop.
are running off a pit road, gives us time to try to queue up maybe our stage winner if possible. We'll see if we can find Drew Jua in the 77. He'll be starting up in 3rd place as we queue up the 77 machine.
Put some
Drew,
weight in it,
it's
Fruity.
Sam and Justin up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Well, Drew, you marched your way through the field, taking the stage win. How is this car feeling for yourself, taking that stage win?
Oh, yeah, it feels pretty good. As long as you can
That went
kinda
way
keep
better
the
than
right
expected.
rear on it.
Yeah, totally.
It
They
feels
were just
great.
getting dropped
We had,
over cars.
teammate Eddie Eddie there. We had the right idea, and he kind of got a little time trialable. So,
Now watch
it's
it.
nice
You're going
to
to
win
be
the
pure
stage in our
caution.
first career race.
Oh,
Rest of the race now.
100%.
To
Guaranteed.
Laps up front.
Yep.
Justin up here, great job on the stage. Speaking of your teammate, have you had a chance to talk to him? You think he's going to be able to get back up there with you and help you guys stay up there, stay in the front, get these wins?
Oh yeah, you know, he was repairing all his damage, so I will not be surprised if he's back up here in the front. It's fun to be a little bit aggressive.
You're behind me
trying to get all the way up to the front.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of learning though. I haven't been
You
in
know, he helped me.
dirty
I
air
needed help going through
at all
wide,
yet.
and,
Yeah, so it
showing
was
that I'll
not
be that
bad
aggressive
like
and
until the
should
end of the
be a
run.
fun rest
I
of the
was
race.
started getting loose out of two, and then after that, if I went a little bit above you, I was getting super tight into three. So just don't run too high. Engine temps are fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys.
Everything's fine.
That's going to be your lucky
everything's
Duck
fine.
Motorsports driver of Drew Jua.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. It's all fine.
Gotta say, Justin,
but no, it
Drew
was
sounded calm, and honestly,
the biggest thing you got to look out for is like if we check up right when you have a run.
He was calm, cool, and collected. The driver that's exactly what you need to be at these super speedways.
About lap
Driver that got it
92,
done in that
93
stage,
should be the
now we're gonna see what
halfway
he
on
does
this
over his
stint.
final 117
Not that
laps.
we'll stay green
It's
that
gonna
long.
be great. We saw
You
really
never know.
good racing here, Sam, and I'm
You
expecting
never
to see
know,
some of it,
exactly.
maybe cool down
And
a
not
little
that that
bit
really
here, not
matters
going
all
down
that much
the
here,
stage.
but
We
just
don't
so
know
you
when
know.
cautions will come.
Yeah.
Some of these guys might want to go in some
And what lap was it?
kind
I was
of
too
field
busy making
strategy
jokes.
mode,
It's like
maybe
around
trying to
92,
get
93.
themselves
All
set
right,
up for
thank
those
you.
final pit stops, get a short one, but we'll see.
I don't know,
We're
my
gonna
head
talk
can't
about it all
calculate
night.
the percentage or the
One
point
car length,
after the
one
decimal
car.
point, so that's why I say it's somewhere between 92 and
on
93.
the inside row.
Catch your breath.
Shane had a couple of
Don't be
scary
drunk,
moments,
man.
a slight bad tap to the 06
All right,
of Tom
here we go.
Bourne, but he's going to be
I think
having
inside
a
line's
tough
controlling
time
here.
of Larry Yingling as well as Drew Jua right in front of this 27 machine as
Gone.
we are about to be back to racing action for the Trophy Smack
Thank you.
225 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The inside lane rolls, but they are very spaced out. It's the outside row that's a little bit closer with one another. It's going to be Bronson Stafford, Jeff Campbell, as well as Chris Stitz. See how well they can rip the top, and will Drew Jua
I'm gonna push him out and see if he wants to go down low. Oh no, 77 came up.
Because that 77's got a lot of gap to work with, and here we go, the momentum is here.
We'll go from the top, back down to the bottom, try and stay control. You'll get him on the inside, Larry. He's going to get right to his rear bumper, start pushing, get those temperatures up. And one thing we definitely have to talk about is these guys pushing
33
water temperatures. They don't want to just blow those edges up.
That's what we've been seeing some of these teammates. Flip-flopping, who's the lead driver, trying to get that second car a little bit of space to breathe, be able to keep those temps at a manageable front place for themselves. With the front two, going to get a huge bump from the driver behind. Ken Campbell giving the better push to the 61. Bronson Stafford, Drew Jua, as well as a couple other drivers, have done a great job marching their way through the field up 25 positions. Is Drew Jua, who qualified all back in 26 position.
If I get clear, I may go low. I need to lead a lap. So if I can get one of those from the inside line, I'd be happy with that.
Inside of our top 10. Other drivers are outside of our top 10. It's the 51 and 15
Yeah.
position. Vincent
I'd like to get back in the top line after that, but
His 2 seasons that we've seen Vincent Sora run, he took the championship, and now will he get his third as the 51 is on the charge here tonight.
Still there,
Also,
inside.
drivers that are returning
Wow, it was like an outside pretty dominant on the early.
it is. A couple times I messed up and wasn't pushing six the way I should have been, and inside barely clipped him and got it. So, or maybe I can bump this guy hard enough that he didn't want me behind him.
180 miles an hour going into turn 3. Right now, these drivers probably not pushing as hard as they were for that stage. Not getting right to the bumpers, but I expect those speeds to get more. As you see 185, 186 potentially getting off into turn 1. But Sam, like we talked about, these tires, the harder you go into the corner, you're just heating them up. So right now, if you're able to back in that pack, if you can just lift a little bit, breathe, keep these tires a little bit cooler.
Did anybody go from outside to inside in turn 3 and 4?
25 laps from now, you're able to get back to the front.
Wondering if it's going to be too loose. Okay. Because if I get clear and can do that, and he loses the run out of 4, that may be how I do it.
Oh, yeah.
Leader is running 30.0.
Because I can, like, then cut the apron.
I went outside to inside when that guy cut me off. I got super loose my first time on the bottom.
Okay.
Through the stage and has now been able to march his way forward. A couple of other drivers are deciding to continue to stay back. Brian McCann is still back in 40th position, as well as seeing Edward Trimmer Jr. with his damage repairs. He's back in 32nd place. Some of these drivers know how to get it done at super speedways. Here's one of them, the 74 Nick Crawford. He's outside the top 25. He's back in 28th position for this 74 machine.
We can tell everyone for certain. Right now, if your favorite driver's not in the top 20, that doesn't mean anything. He might just have that strategy of staying back, avoiding drama up here, saving their equipment, knowing that they're going to be on a different strategy potentially later to move up, get those spots back. Super Speedway racing definitely places where you can make up ground when you need to, as long as you stay in that draft. That's the most important thing. If you miss that draft, you're going to be getting lapped really quick.
Very, very quick. Let's see, in red, formerly was in the blue machine. Was the 8th machine of Brad McCann. Here tonight going for this season, swapping from the blue to red with a little bit of gold and black mixed in with the detail work. Brad McCann to be a driver I think we've got to keep our eyes on this season when we get to some of those other mile-and-a-half tracks. Tight courses have always been a strong suit.
I'm surprised the tires were as even as they were on the outside the whole time.
But for the strategy, we're forward because we're about to be closing in on finishing up the first third of this race. Some drivers are still fired back from where they qualified.
That's a great point to bring up, because with these super speedway races, sometimes you want to stay in the back. That's the right strategy. But Sam, if we go
trying to get up to you, but I don't know close to
how do you get up there?
I mean, we're fine. They're so far out in front now, it's not really that big a deal. We're just turning laps at this point.
35th to the front. Not possible. It's so hard to pass when you're running 2x2 and there's nowhere to go.
I mean, Justin, look at the weather conditions these drivers are dealing with. We just saw the track just light up as we're dealing with mostly cloudy conditions. The track is going to be getting the sun, losing the sun all throughout this race, but the air temperature, 84 degrees. That's a hot day that these drivers are dealing with here at Atlanta, but it's known as Hot Atlanta. That track is smoking hot at 116 Fahrenheit. And then the wind, not too bad at 4 miles per hour, staying pretty stable. Fluctuating just a little bit high, humidity's been low, but it's that track temp just the most concern for this field.
But that going up just makes those tires even hotter. You heard from our leader, he won the stage. If he wins the stage, he should have the best driving car out there. Most likely he needs brought up the right rear tire. Just talking about making sure he can keep it under you. 29.8 that grip. And we're halfway through.
I don't know what the hell's happening. I'm pushing this dude for all it's worth, and we're just going backwards.
Those tires are starting to really lose their life. Another 10 laps of just track keeping up and seeing it sliding. And that's when drivers started getting up in the walls late in that first one.
Good job. Together. I want to say thank you to everyone that's joining with us here on Freaky Fast Broadcast. If it's your first time watching with us, well, welcome. My name is Sam Tyler. With me up in the booth is Justin Maloney in production for every Freaky Fast Broadcast. We've got Robert Boyer Jr. as this is the first race of Season 9 for the WSSR Cup Series. Tonight, it's the Trophy Smack 225 at Atlanta, and Drew Jua still fighting for the lead as our top 8 still side by side. And not a lot of movement has changed instead of our top 10, I would say. They're pretty much the same top 10 drivers that we've had since the drop of the green from our last
line checked up
at the end of the stage.
30.07.
Questions about pit stop. That'd be the biggest way you want to make some moves, Justin. But when you come in, it's going to be the bigger question.
That really is going to be, because I don't know if I want to be one of the first drivers to pit down on that inside line, especially if I'm up front in the leaders, because you got guys coming from right behind you. Right now, we're going into turn 3. You're going to see a little white line come right on the track, right there. You saw it. That's usually where drivers start to slow down and turn off into the pits. Sam, we're going 170 to the corner.
I can't tell if he's on him or not, so I don't want to bump him.
You really got to start slowing down. And if drivers behind you are not aware and don't slow down, it can really create a problem.
Got loose there.
It can be a massive problem. Not being careful. Some drivers try their best to keep it as smooth as possible.
Larry was a little high, and I didn't know if he was going to make him go through or not.
Getting aggressive at super speedway type courses whenever he has a chance. Christopher Norris mired back pretty deep in the field. I mean, kind of shot 30.4. And with his team, 24th from the Snowy Desert Racing Group, and trying to take their time is the best goal for some drivers when you're trying to.
We eventually get a run, but
running back.
I'm surprised more guys aren't coming up top.
Settling in the best another one of those drivers we got to keep our eye out.
I can't tell. I know he's not right now, but
the 3 machine Still there, your door inside.
Which I didn't blame him a lot before Larry went too high.
Kelly was going to take that championship last
Still there,
season.
quarter.
That last race last year, that was great. Anyone who didn't see it, go load it right now. It's on YouTube. Watch it again. That was
I can go give him a nudge and see if he complains about pushing the pusher.
And like you said, Ryan Kelly, I really thought he had it in the bag, and then it didn't work out for him. But the driver was
Still there.
so fun to watch this year, and that was a really sharp little pace that we got there on the break.
My car's starting to drive bad now.
He was last year, showed some speed. I raced with him in the trucks. He had a lot of speed in the trucks.
Still inside.
He definitely can get up there.
Still
Definitely
there.
make the playoffs.
Is the card in my inside blinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cody Reed running with his teammates of Hot Monster Motorsports. It's Anthony Gaudio, Cody Reed, Joshua Nada, and John Forbes. That's going to be another group to watch out for themselves. Here's what's going on deeper in the field, though. Outside of our top 35, we're seeing Ben Keating in the 98 machine, the 01 Love Bug machine. This is one of our rookies that showed up this season, part of Hula Monkeys. It's going to be the 01 of Matthew Rodriguez. With Matthew Rodriguez, Matt Mike Tellier. They're in alliance.
I didn't know if it was you or him. We were all so stacked up, yeah.
There's a few teams that are a little bit bigger that created their own alliances, and one of
There's
those
another one in
is
front of
the
Larry now.
01 and the 97.
Two
Teamed
more.
up with Sky Motorsports. We move back up front because we got some movement, and it's from the Drop the Hammer team. It's going to be Shane Wyatt and Steven Stippian ripping the top and trying to take the lead from Drew Jua, who's been kind of having a grasp on the lead since he's 77 took it, with just 5 laps left in the stage. Well, now it's the 27th turn to get some help from a Super Speedway master of the 88.
All right, and about 5 laps to go to 88. I saw him make some kind of aggressive moves there, just really showing that he really wanted to get up there, and I didn't get a chance to say it, so I'm going to say it now. He's definitely a driver I want to watch. He was making some moves that really impressed me. Just a simple little zigzagging on the steering wheel, going through the triangle at the front stretch right here. Just making some moves. You see him whipping on the car. He's really getting behind pushing. I think he's a driver who's going to be up there leading really soon, Sam.
At 88, is he going to be the pusher or is he going to be the leader? And when you have your teammate in front of you, it's more so you're willing to work with them. But we touched on this also just 10 laps ago. Going to be talking about the engine temps. If you're pushing a driver very aggressively, you got to be worrisome that you're not going to overcook the tires. Or are you going to overcook your engine here tonight? Some other big movers. Talk about how massive Drew has been doing. 26 to the lead. It's up 25 positions.
No, we're good. We're good.
Huge checkout.
Here tonight is now inside of our top 5. It's the 51. Vincent
Could not see it. Reckon behind me. Reckon behind me.
Where he has been. And oh no! Our first big one strikes. It's in the middle of the field. Tom Bourne strikes and spins around.
This
And
ricochet
the
back through the
second
field.
back half of the field is caught up in the big one.
That's the big accident. We're going to have to
Sending
go
tires.
check in on that. Sam.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like he bounced back.
How many fixes did they give us? We got 3 more, yeah,
Heavy
definitely.
damage, a lot of repair.
Back in like damage at top of the
He
Hoy.
wants to start his night.
Next
He was
check
up
in
there
front of you,
leading
Kev?
earlier in this race.
Yeah, a little bit.
Driver with
It was weird. Like they checked up a little bit earlier, and I thought about calling it out, and then they seemed to get rolling again. So I was like, all right, we're good. And then that's when you rolled up on it.
And then the on-track passes, that below 67 car,
It's going to be
yours.
the outside lane we're going to watch out for. And it's drivers
I've been waiting over a year to do
trying
that.
to give big pushes and bumps, and it goes wrong for themselves. Off the exit of the corner, just trying to give a big bump, and the tap went awry quickly. I believe this is a little bit too far back for the field, but it was an instant reaction for these drivers. Exit of turn 2, bad bump, and drivers went spinning.
Yeah, but these drivers want it. I think it's going to be coming out of this corner right here, Sam. We might be seeing it.
I believe we are still a little bit too far back for this inside, but we're trying to find it for our viewers. We're trying to make the inside lane work, and there was a lot
Number
of
8 black passing on yellow.
tires again. We were 25 laps into that run, and then a small contact. Drivers spun around for themselves. There was a incident happened earlier in that stint. Well, that was Ben Keeney who had issues, and he's going to get those pairs done.
Number 6 passing for yellow.
But the drivers that were caught up in that wreck is the 06 as well. Was going to be the 99 caught up in that wreck.
That's what I get for making
94 on the
We're
left.
having the view of that incident, but drivers taking their pit stops, as well as others, looking to get themselves some repairs and get ready for this
Number 8.
upcoming restart for the field.
Pit stops definitely want to get in and get those tires. Most importantly, though, fill
21
up
short on fuel.
all the fuel you can. So this way, your pit stops
could
will
be
be
lining up
shorter
behind
later on in this race.
3 car, please.
As everyone's going to be taking 4 tires in fuel. Now, the field was only given 4 sets of tires. There's the incident right there. Finally found it for you in the audience out on track. Is going to be the wreck between the 06, trying to make some big move, but some bad bumps. Caused some drivers to shimmy on down. You're going to see the outside row. You got the 99, 95, and then Gavin Rogers. They all accordion up in a bad tap off the exit of the corner. Gets the 99 of Kunkel into Tom Bourne, wrecking in front of the back half of the field. And somehow the field was able to avoid what could have been a much bigger wreck, but you see the late contact there by the 97 machine, Tim Horton's machine, of Mike Tellier, getting a little bit of late contact there.
06, Tom Bourne just in the wrong place at the wrong time when a 99 come off the wall like that. That's just so unfortunate for a driver who was up front earlier in this race.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, I got way back here.
Yeah, all their pit stop times look like everybody took
A lot of
4.
respect for him. He's a great, clean driver. Last season, got caught up in some accidents, it seemed. But right now,
I
he's
maintained
got that
it,
machine on the front
P13,
row. He's got that
so.
clear track in front of him. He's going to be ready to hammer down coming out of this corner.
Where are y'all right now?
C6
C6 is 15.
Yeah, going to have the Hammer Down
23,
podcasting team of Steven Stimpian behind
We got help all around us.
88 of Cedric Hunter. Hunter, interesting move over the offseason, was part of the Lucky Ducks Motorsports team, moves away, and actually was going to.
So we're just going to stick on the inside this time.
So yeah,
work out last time for everyone.
Yeah. Survival mode here.
Hall, leaving the 7 spot open. Douglas, got to leave up some spots open for the likes of Drew Jua to actually take the spot of the 13th. So the replacement, the mover, they're going to be your front row for Lucky Ducks. Drew Jua ready to take the green here. Also see Ryan Noel on the inside. Watch out that inside row. They're going to have a great launch here, expecting a good restart from the 07 and the 77. See the Barney Flagman's flag up. Green flag is down for the Snap Trophy Smack 225 here tonight. Maybe a little bit too big of a launch as our top 2 on the inside pull away. It's Cedric Hunter, Steven Stimpian. Mounts up a little bit of momentum here on the outside group.
I'm with you, Tom.
Looks like that outside group does not have that many drivers up there. Now the guy's jumping down to that inside line. Seeing if anyone's going to be up there and gives it Hunter and the rest of the outside line a big push.
Don't go that close to the wall, Ollie. There's a draft effect on it.
Trying to get back up on a couple of drivers further on back.
Still there.
Yeah, I got that out.
Done. Ben Keeney, 3 laps down after getting repairs done on board. Also was in the road for over a minute in lane, save for Gavin Rogers as they were caught up in the most recent incident. They're on the lead lap, but they are off the pace from our leaders as the field starts to see some more movement of drivers trying to climb their way forward if possible. And still, crazy to think, we still have all 43 drivers still out on
has
track.
bigger checkups from the back here.
The WSSR has had in a very long time. You see in the back half of the back, here's Gavin Rogers just
Inside's digging though.
Still attached to the track. This is a big positive for the 75.
Excited. Wow, what a save.
Oh my god. Got 4X from that.
Woo. Yeah, I got a 4X.
Holy shit, what a save, dude.
An apron, solid bit of tires
Still out there.
Let's go.
But you mentioned all those drivers.
Hey, they're not giving the 53 credit for checking up.
I think that glitch just happened to somebody in front of me because we all stopped on the top.
You can have damage and stay in the drive. This race gets
Is that you that made the save?
Nah, it was Crawford.
Absolutely not. Also, I went back and took a closer look at the incident almost in front of another wreck. It looked like a huge checkup chain reaction on the outside drivers trying to slow down contact between Edward Shore Jr. to the rear end of the 74. Crawford spooked, sent the 74 down into the apron, spooked the field.
It may swap. The inside is digging right now.
At the moment, it is now completely split up. Our front path now into 2 defined groups. We have our top 20. The rest of the field trying to mount up some speed to catch up to the likes of Edward Shore Jr. That lead driver going to be the 53 of Christopher Wade. This is that second pack trying to close in on our top 20.
See the difference in these 2 packs. Sam, that's something we talked about earlier. If you one of those drivers staying in the back of the field.
Still outside.
Hope that caution comes out and you can finish forward. Well, now we got the field spread apart. If there's no more cautions with the field being spread apart, it's going to get more spread out. The drivers not racing as aggressive side by side, less risk for caution. All of a sudden, that puts you really in a really hard spot to try and gain consistency.
It certainly does, but if there's anyone I'm going to trust, it's these top three leading this group. You've got the likes of Christopher Wade, Andrew Medlin, and Shane Terrian. Three very respectable super speedway drivers hop on board with Andrew Medlin. If you remember our days of great startups, the Medlin cam, well, it's back for the 12 machine as he's trying to push his teammate along to catch up the lead back there about a second, 1.7 seconds off of that second group. That's the difference between 20th, all the way back to
I got some pretty hard shoves back
every
your way.
push, every bump, you're trying to close that gap, but it continues. It feels like it's actually getting bigger.
Yeah, are you able to tell if we're gaining, maintaining, or losing?
No, we're just maintaining.
Okay.
Kind of need to get single file and really focus on making sure they catch that first group. You don't want to risk there being an issue.
And as good as I feel like we're going, you're just stuck.
24 right there, and he falls back a little bit.
Starting to make moves here.
Yeah.
We're starting to lose a little bit.
Okay, yeah, we lost our draft behind us there.
That second pack for a quick moment. Mikey Johnson, Cody Reed, Cody Moniz got in a little bit of a scuffle. That bump.
Outside check up there.
Again, 40 and back in the pack. Lost the draft, and it's going to be a smaller group. Pushing into the 20th versus the 24 of Oli Fonseca. Trying to stay attached.
Yeah, I didn't want the back stretch here.
Gotta be careful. These next gen cars, Justin, you can kind of touch on a little bit more, but you can lose the draft very quickly if you've got that big of a gap.
You really can.
Do you think you have any nose there?
I did get 4X, so I'm not sure.
Get a toe off those cars.
I almost wonder if
we
need to get you behind somebody
these cars
here.
just don't really punch a big hole in the air like the previous generation.
We're not the Marines. Leave them for dead.
Yeah.
Suck right up when you need it to.
I mean, I can't be hurt too bad, I don't think, if I'm kind of maintaining.
These two has the trust in the car to be able to stay there. But it is scary, Sam. I've had it happen, especially at Atlanta, but had it happen on a restart where drivers kind of checked up. One of the last cars in the back and checked up a little bit too much. All of a sudden, those guys go and lose that draft.
29.
Very quick.
Try that.
Again, Oli Fonseca
All right, Mr. Critical, why don't you
he's
get up
just
here
on the
and
cusp
I'm
of
trying.
losing that draft even more, but he's just there.
I'm afraid if I step out, I ain't gonna be able to get back in.
Yeah.
69 laps in. It's been a nice race so far, and this could be a nice time for us to take a quick break here at Freaky Fast Broadcast Stadium. We've been giving you 70 laps of great racing action here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the WSSR Cup Series. Tonight is the CC9 Race 1. Crazy thing, new car.
Good size for driving in a while.
Race is the Trophy Smack 225. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing, but we'll be back right after this for some more Super Speedway racing.
Can we stop wrecking for last wave?
Still out there.
Yeah, I agree.
9.83.
Bunch of idiots back
Everybody's
here.
running about the same speed ahead of you. Still out there, quarter. Outside, still there. Still there, door outside. 30.171. Still outside. Still outside. Clear by half. Working the outside. Still outside. Still outside. 30.002. Still outside. Still there. Door outside. Still outside.
30.024. Still outside.
Oh, messed up.
Still outside.
Yep, you're gonna stay low there.
Still there.
We did gain a little bit more time on there. I don't know.
Good.
Our Shank's probably gonna push you even harder now that there ain't no car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm basically just holding on here.
I mean, I'm sucking up pretty good, so
Still outside on your corner.
I guess I wouldn't hurt too bad.
Still there. Door outside.
Those guys just ain't pushing good enough is what it is.
Well, it's funny. He was like, you know, talking to me about backing off and hitting you, and then I'm looking at my rearview mirror, and that's exactly what he's doing to me. I mean, again, I know he's frustrated because we weren't going anywhere, but wasn't by design.
Corner clear. Outside. Still outside. Outside, still there. Doing a good job.
I started getting loose when I was in the lead car, and that's what caused me to flip the apron.
Yeah, no, I'm noticing that here too. Yeah, I'm getting loose.
Still outside.
Inside or outside got formed up here.
Still outside.
Heads up, looks like we're going to be 20 laps short on fuel.
10-4.
Still outside.
Do we think these cars went faster side by side than single file?
Still out there. 30.
No, they did not. You lose a ton of time. Okay, because we're still losing time.
Still outside.
That 12 gets loose up here.
Yeah, we were doing pretty good earlier.
Yeah, just go, Shane.
I'm not saying I can do much better. I'm just.
I don't know what's going on. I'm really slow out of 2, and then I gain it all back in 3, but
Still outside.
I'm losing like 3 or 4 car lengths.
You can pull down in front of me, Medlin.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, I want to go up top, see if I can make some moves or something. It's just some.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they're pretty even now. Yeah.
On your Wednesday night for the WSSR Cup Series.
Door outside.
Joining me up in the booth is just
Since we still have to pit, I don't know that anybody's making super big moves.
Sure.
Quarter outside.
I will say though, I'm pretty much in the back of the pack,
right in front of the field. Will he come back? Right when we come back,
need to bail on
disappears
I might as well be.
About Ray Medlin several times.
Get back
to the pack.
I want to get back to his back bumper, show him what it's like.
A lot of big scores
There's been a lot of talk there.
in the East Coast region, and we might have had our first driver to have issues here in our stage winner. Ain't back yet, and he might be fully disconnected.
All right, this is when people started wrecking last time.
He went down to the bottom. He took place where Juju was. That's huge. I mean, that changes really
gaining on us, so they're doing something way better than us.
Has to lead the most laps now. That's how
you guys moved off the top
to get back in
to the bottom.
Right now, he's probably going to be at least 2 laps down.
And now going to be seen.
We just been right on the bottom all their done.
Drivers as the 77 who's in complete control.
We're kind of single file, even though we got one guy on the outside there.
You might want to go outside on that because the speed difference isn't as much, and you can maintain a closer drive. Not as hard to stay close in the corners.
With packet loss, that is a nightmare, but that's the
How do we tell the rest of them that?
mistakes, random failures.
The inside ain't working. Let's run a couple laps high and see if it works.
Compared to real life NASCAR, real life racing,
You
where it's kind of like an
ready to
engine fall
up
apart for yourself.
I'm not in that group.
A tire popping in the middle of the corner. That's kind of keeps
After
it
all the
real. I mean, stuff like that
driver's ed I was
happens.
getting from the 9, I'm not going
I hate to see it because I think he's driving
say anything back to him.
all year, and that's just going to really hurt
He
him
clearly
on the
knows what
points,
he's doing.
Hey, it'll make life up here in the booth for us, Sam. Really fun to watch him gain all those points back next week at Texas. Fast.
It certainly does. And speaking about
That is not
winning
me, by the way.
the 51
I was gonna
events
say,
in
give him
Sora
all he
is
wants.
the winner, the second most wingless driver in WSSR history with the least amount of starts. Vince Sora is incredible when it comes to sim racing in the 51 machine. And only 37 starts coming into tonight.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting when we get up there.
That's almost a 50% chance that Vincent Sora is going to find himself in a victory lane.
It's not
here
too
tonight, the 51, that's to where he usually is, up front, leading these races. He's got some friends behind him, former Alliance drivers of Central Connors, Steven Stimpian. They're controlling both lanes, and it's go time for this group. And he starts
drifting down.
Everybody checking up here.
As Bronson Stafford gets the 88 shuffled.
I was gonna say outside, and then the inside was checking up too. Okay,
momentum, but just behind the 61, it's Zach Hall, Christopher Norris, Snowy Desert Racing is on the charge to try to lead this race.
88 is shuffled out to third lane. Is he gonna have anyone let him in? Is that his teammate?
That was a bad time to get tight, but we did it anyway.
It's not as easy just as pulling over, letting someone come down in front of you, especially when you don't have the momentum going. Help up there, but hey, will the 7-1 go up there? Will they push each other back to the lead? It's kind of hard.
He's going to the outside.
I mean, it's going to be difficult. I don't know if we're going to see 71 or anyone.
Anyway, if you want to try to jump over there, you can. I can lead that back to the...
Steven Stimpian, because all of his other teammates are kind of scattered all over the place. You had Shane Wyatt in fourth.
Well, he got started out, so never mind.
I took a peek out there, but it's...
I mean, he's coming. He's going to be there.
Oh, there goes Nick. He's going outside now. Yeah.
He's loose. I thought he done got cheated.
Shane Wyatt, he's got to do it on his own or find drivers that can trust that 88 machine.
Yes, that's a very valid point there. I misspoke. I was thinking back to Drew for a second there. Still has that on my mind. And I know he was waiting for 71 to get up there. But unfortunately, 71's up there. He doesn't have his teammate up there anymore due to that packet loss.
I mean, Justin, it is fair. There are a lot of drivers that are new to us. What a moment. They're up forward. I think everyone had a separate issue off the exit. Some broke loose. Some broke tight. It was a freak out for the lead pack there up the exit to turn 4. But it's okay.
Went down to the apron and was like, y'all figure it out.
16 new drivers.
Yeah, it's legal. Yep.
14 teams, and a lot of those teams all shook up from what they were teaming up with.
There's a wreck coming.
There is. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like back in our pack, we're all over the place.
Where are y'all on track?
Coming out of 4 right now.
All right, there is a pack of 4 lappers that we are coming up on, and we're too wide already. So
no surprise. We're seeing some of this change.
You might not want to hustle. You might want to give yourself plenty of time to slam on the brakes here.
I mean, we weren't gaining at all with what we were doing. So at this point, just wait for the wreck.
I'm wondering if it's time to go outside if we're going to be passing here.
I'm hoping so. I made some good ground up here already.
If you have a spotter, you're hoping.
Oh yeah, you did.
Talk to the rest of those guys.
I didn't notice that was you all the way up there.
Get out of my lane. Go low if you're in the high lane.
They're getting a run
interfere right
after
now.
that guy
opened up a lot of gas. Zach Hawley's going to be on the inside. He's going to catch that lap car. They're going to go into the middle. Lap car right now. Gives plenty of room. But as they get to the corner, they're going to be 3 wide eventually.
3 wide. Kunkel is riding the apron in that red line. That is a not a comfortable place to be, and it's going to be able to let the whole pack drift on forward, but a easily scary momentum for themselves. But this lead group, they've got another group of 3 drivers to get by, and they're side by side. We may go 4 wide if they continue with
the so much better up here.
Bronson Stafford gets a huge push from Christopher Norris. The 38 trying to get the 61 as far out as possible before most likely ditching 61. But they've got a battle. It's the
trying to wreck each other.
Yeah, I see that.
Tom Board. They almost wrecked it from the field. Also, they're going to be seeing Joshua Canada splitting lap traffic. It's going to be the field. Watch out. This isn't good. We're going to be going 2, 3, almost 4 wide, and the field is somehow keeping it together, but I don't think it's going to stay for very long. As Justin Boyd's going to stay on the outside group. Contact. Cedric Hunter holds on. We somehow keep it together.
Probably better off to have up
lap there. We got another car up in the wall. The Ford machine. Justin Forbes just brought him up. wow, these drivers, the
Yeah, thank you
tires
for not
really are
killing me
starting
there.
to must be wearing out here, Sam.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
into this run.
Oh my God,
Saved
saved it.
the bottom like they wanted to. The top line has drivers on the inside line sliding up into them. Get out there, 2.5, 3 wide, get through this corner. This is really getting to be really interesting racing. I love it right now. Love these old tires.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of inexperienced racing right there of some drivers getting out of the way, others not. Justin Forbes, a very new sim racer, and went with kind of I'm going to stay battling. Maybe got a little bit too tunnel focused on the positional battle and not really back was driving. Going to be seen Tom Bourne. He stayed in his lane, forcing everyone else to slow down to the 06. Same for the 16 of Joshua Kanata. The 4, though, loses the group. He falls
Inside
backwards,
fell apart,
but
man.
somehow it could have been a massive scare. They all hold on together, but for how long still is the question, because looming in the wings for this
Where are you?
He's clear. They don't have the exact number of
Oh, get it?
pit road, but it's looming for this field.
It is, and that's going to be really one of the biggest game changers getting on to that pit road.
Thank you for talking about Nick.
I gotta say though, Sam, there's so much action going on. I've been wanting to say this for about 5 laps. I have to give a huge shout out to the driver that proved me wrong. Running in 10th position, you see the number 25. That's the color car. He thought he lost a draft. I said, I kind of confirmed. I was like, he lost it. No, he proved me wrong. He was back there. Maybe he was saving a little bit of fuel, saving a little bit of tires. We think he has a little bit of damage. But he's right there mixed now. Shooting for a top 10 finish the way he's going.
Clear.
Shooting and trying to stay in a good position as now we're going to be seeing some more teammates racing against one another. Now it's going to be seeing the Snowy Desert Racing teammates. Zach Hall, Christopher Norris, but Norris maybe accidentally pushed his teammate a little bit too far out. Zach Hall, no drafting help, but he'll fall in the clutches of his teammate of 38, Christopher Norris. Outside lane's going to be Sky Motorsports of Bronson Stafford and Matt here, but third driver on the outside. He got some damage. He maybe didn't get those stage points that he wanted. The 71 from Edward Sherwood Jr. is back in the fight.
He's back in the fight. He wants to say, hey, I can get up there. I don't need the 77. I was able to push him. I'm going to push someone else up to the front. MCC, a driver get up in the wall. He's still up there.
61.
That's 61.
That's Bronson Stafford from being second in line on the outside. Rushes the wall, loses all momentum. We've seen some familiar faces, though, deeper in this group. But that's not where you want to be. 3 wide with Bronson Stafford, Tom Bourne. As they'll try to sync up with one another, get back to 2 by 2. And now your new leader, still Zach Hall. Christopher Norris leading on the outside. Inside row, though, he's being led by a lap car. Joshua Kanata trying to unlap himself the hard way currently as a 16.
Well, the hard way, but if he can do it and the caution comes out, it opens the door, gets him back on that lead wall. As you see right here, John Forbes looked like he might have got down on that apron inspector. You see how it kind of shoots the car up into the corner. Able to keep it going. No problem. You see up there in his mirror, he got that stepping machine. Might be Will Smith's still there. Staying in this top 20. Got to mention, we have a 43 driver, Sam. We kind of have 2 cars right now. So you see a car in trouble there.
That's Trent John pushing the wall, has to get down low, get into the draft as quickly as possible, otherwise you might be driving too slow and lose that lead back. And we're seeing a lot of drivers, they're losing touch to that grip level. They're starting to get into some trouble at this current moment as they are starting to tighten up and almost trouble on the outside, and then runs again. You see the puff of smoke, that's Matt Meir that gets shoved into the outside wall.
We're good, we're good.
Some drivers a little bit overzealous. We're seeing some lap cars bringing his lead back, trying to get up front and unlap themselves the hard way.
Still 3, still 3, still 3.
I feel like there could be a caution at any moment, but if there is not, I know we don't have the exact fuel window, but I believe we went back to green around 62 or 65.
Stay in it, I'll get behind you here.
These drivers get
well, shit, we're still 3.
106.
I thought you had more of a run than that.
One stop total left. As we see right there, trouble though.
That's going to be seeing the 51. Vincent Sora shoved onto the apron.
We're lucky. All right. I'm bottom now. We're 2.
Move high, and they'll keep it together. Sora losing all the time and momentum. He's going to get help though from Larry Yingling in the 67.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
You put a collection.
It may have been arrow push.
5 of her 8 championships have been won by that 67 and 51. They keep it together. They stay attached. They'll stay in the same pack.
Big picture here today, bud. Big picture.
Oh shit, I'm tight. All right, I'm coming down.
Right now, but these drivers, they must be really fighting the cars right now. You're seeing them spread out. They're not running close together like they were. And that allows these drivers to make some crazy moves when they need to, and it's really been putting on fabulous racing in front.
Lucky Duck driver is now going to be trying to make their way forward together. It's Edward Shermer Jr. in the 07 of going to be Brian Noel, now under affiliated.
I want to be up top, but there's so many I can't go anywhere, so it's like just go where they're not and hope, you know?
Under 07 Brian Noel. But Brian Noel, what a steal of a win it could be for himself as we're in the final third of tonight's race. On board with the Lucky Duck driver. Can't really see anything, and that's something we haven't touched on at all here tonight. Visibility, difficult for some of these drivers, especially in the middle of the pack, when maybe you don't see a checkup in front of you, or you don't expect your tires to just fall away.
Especially when you're running that outside line, like you said, visibility is so hard. You don't want to incorrectly time the entry of the corner and maybe push too hard right at the end of the corner. And then before you know, you get that driver loose into the corner, and there's a potential accident or incident slide up on the wall. But right now, these drivers running that outside line are doing a great job. See third place car there ducked down, maybe just getting a little bit of air, trying to keep that engine cool so he's able to get back in line, get back to pushing. That's the key, being able to push, but you don't want to blow those engines.
You absolutely do not. Next to mingle in this lead, 19 drivers. You have 2 lap cars. Tom Bourne, the 06 and the 16.
There are 3 up here. I know he came down 2.
Their way forward impossible as we ride on board with Ollie Fonseca. And Ollie, right him at the back. We thought, like you said, Justin, he may lose the draft, maybe protecting his tires.
I thought he was going to get hung out there, but he made it down.
Down on this inside route.
He's racing now. Whatever he
I'm getting so tight down here.
He's got the car hooked up. He's
You're literally always that what I need here. Picking up inside.
Outside. 30.8 now. 5. Maybe 7 as the
What did I put you down my go-to on that one time?
Big checkup.
They got spread out for a moment there, but they're getting right back to racing 2 by 2 now.
Plenty of space to work
Y'all catching us any?
As we have ourselves 45
I don't believe so.
Here tonight.
We just ran a 38.54 on a checkup.
Yeah, we're at 31.1.
Race. We just have 1 more stop to go before this race is over. And Justin, now it leads.
That was a 31.1, but you're definitely not
You
gaining.
might not want to be the first driver to do so, or we might see a wreck further on back. Shane Tarian, also the 3, Ryan Kelly get a little bit mixy with one another as the 3 blitzes by the 9 and then put in the outside wall.
It is, like you mentioned,
Nobody
I would
asked
be
you.
really scared.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I just ran at 39.
You don't want to get trapped in a lap. You're definitely going to lose a lap hitting under green if you're the first.
31.003.
Eventually, someone's going to be low on fuel and they're going to be forced to pit. Not everyone's going to be able to be the last car to pit.
And they might be bidding for fuel, but based on what we're seeing on track, I think
Check it up at the hottest
they might
times.
close these drivers in pit road, hop on board with a 0-1. Matthew Rodriguez, this is drivers battling on the last pack of drivers that are running back from 30th back to 38th.
131 right now.
And Rodriguez trying to make his way forward as he's Alliance driver.
Yeah, we got 21 left.
Would this be a very tire stop?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because you've got to fill up with fuel anyway.
I'm sure, like,
Well, no, you don't have to fill up with fuel. No, you don't. But
Plate racing like these types of tracks.
what did we qualify
Maybe
with?
be in that big group.
I don't know. I think we ran about the same time.
Right now, these second and third groups are too spread apart. They don't have
would say it was a
cars.
1-2-2-2.
Yeah, so we're 8/10 off that right now, and that was without draft.
First group, second group, and third group. And it's kind of giving us a little bit of single file racing. And
I'm taking tires. You can do what you want to do, but
green flag. The way that this field got spread out.
have to take tires.
Would it be the first time that just one caution?
I mean, we're running.
You don't need no tires at super speedways. What's wrong with you guys?
Season 5, they ran this exact
My best laps at 29.4. That was in practice draft, so.
second and a half.
Last season, they were in the Gen 4.
Well, plus, if you don't take tires and you get out in front of everybody and everybody else does, you're going to gain that time, but if they have the draft, they're just going to pull right back up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Lapper coming up on the bottom, it looks like.
Outside. Drivers can react properly if you do get out of shape. We're staying green. When will you make the final pit stop? Still going to be looming in the back of the line for a lot of these drivers because I believe 60 laps is the furthest that you can possibly go but the tires are showing to me that you might only have another 10 to potentially 12 laps.
Lapper stayed bottom.
You're running very thin on the tires that you have. It's not running, leading that outside group is going to be the 06.
Inside went middle.
Now Ollie Fonseca will move in front of that 06 and charging their way forward. Starting to see the 88 Stimpian trying to close in the gap. The 3-1 race in the middle.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Getting a little bit hectic. Ollie Fonseca top board.
I already hit the wall and then I got a 0x. I was like, oh, that's fine.
He'll drop backwards. And once again, they keep it together for another scare.
That's been the theme. These drivers, they get in trouble, but they're all keeping it together. They're doing a great job. The track definitely has a ton of grip, but the tires, even though they're just a newer surface, they're still under a tremendous amount of pressure just running through these corners as wide open as these drivers are. It makes you wonder, Sam, is anyone going to risk gambling and maybe doing just fuel only, trying to get that time back? I mean, I can't see how it pays off. You never know if you can get a couple cars out there, you can still run single file. Maybe someone will do it in this backpack that lost her. They're about 10 seconds back. If they run as far as they can, the stops are about 11, 12 seconds for 4 tires, and maybe only need 4 seconds of fuel. Do you gamble? How else do you get to the front if you're in that second group?
I mean, you gamble, maybe trying to get in line with one another. That's going to be the big thing. If you see these drivers get in line with one another, that's going to be the big sign of we're thinking about pit stops. Still, this lead pack is running on top of the lead. They're high. To run incredible pace laps for themselves. The leader just rating 31.0.
Wow, that one almost wrecked, like really hosed us here.
We're starting to see with the aggressive kind of change
That was a hell of a save.
of this lead group. We're starting to see that second group. They were 6 seconds back and now just 5 seconds back. This run progresses forward. We can see that second pack have a chance to close the gaps a little bit more for themselves. What looks to be a slightly harder race for themselves. Justin, looking at this lead pack, we'll talk about a lot of these drivers in this lead group, except for a couple. One of them will bring out the driver that's running in 15th position currently. That's the 26th machine for Tom Senchek. One of the returning drivers that we've seen on the WSSR before.
The same day.
I was Speedway in the past in Talladega back in season 4 for himself. This is a driver that knows how to cut his way through traffic. He's been just lingering in the back half of this group, just watching somebody move. Watching out for Tom Senchek. He could be a driver to make a big move and a splash for a top 5 to get into this race.
They're 15, watching and learning, seeing all these drivers around him what they'll be doing. We can trust to get to the front with him later on in this race. But I tell you what, Sam, they're getting close to running out of time. There's 33 laps to go, and they're going by so quick, and that pit stop's going to be so important. What are drivers going to do? It's going to be really the race is probably going to be one off of the pit road strategy. But the most important, like you said, getting up to speed, getting through the mirrors, and making sure you have your partners running 31.0, pushing the air as quick as you can to get up there and be in the group. You don't want to risk losing the draft at all, especially with it being less cars up front. These drivers are fall off.
18 drivers still attached to this lead pack currently. We have lost Matt Meir and Brian Johnson, no longer part of this lead group, as they've had a couple of big checkups to lose momentum. But if you're out there watching tonight's race, if you haven't already,
problem is when people say pitting in, I don't know who anybody is.
Yeah,
it could be the dude right in front of me, and I'm like, I have no idea.
You look back to last season at this track, he had to go to overtime. He used 2 overtime attempts.
No, he was in between our pass. I don't know if it was a lap car or what. He was all by himself.
Every race here at Atlanta has been a last lap, last corner pass. Could we see it once again here for the 3rd time running at Atlanta in this next-gen car? And also, we love it if you're in the chat and you have the ability to do so. Type in the chat, who are you rooting for? Who's the driver you want to see in the victory lane, or are you rooting for a whole team? Currently, right now, it's Zach Hall leading the way as he's got a lap car from Joshua Kanata trying to take that lead position.
Check up inside, big check up, big check up.
Snowy Desert racing on the outside. They've been holding on. Trouble, though, for the 07 of Brian Noel. He's trying to come back up into the track. There's not a lot of space. Finally finds it. Douglas Newbig getting into the wall. And once again, it's Lucky Duck not feeling too lucky here tonight. 2 issues, just in 2 points.
Wow, that was close.
The guy got in the wall and he gets decided the thing.
I mean, that's
all the
how
way to the inside of the project.
I just kept it on the inside and hoped he wasn't going to hit my rear quarter panel there.
Now you're back.
I don't think he did hit me.
He
He got really close.
Did not lose the draft. still has a chance. This race is not over yet.
That's the biggest thing that you can carry with it, and a lot of drivers, I think, could give a huge thank you to the 67 of
Outside line fell apart, but there's not many there, so you can probably get a bunch of spots if it gets going.
Still attached. Doesn't want to see anyone lose their chance for a win. That was shocking for the 3-time champ, but
I don't know who these people are or where they are.
Sometimes you want to make some friends. You don't want to make enemies immediately that can hurt you later on in the season.
That's very true. And Larry, he's such a smart racer. We know that. His resume speaks volumes for the amount of wins he has. But maybe, Sam, maybe he's making sure everyone stays up here. He doesn't want anyone falling back anymore and letting that second group. Right now, Larry's thinking, you know what? We figured out here between the 18 of us, don't let anyone else catch up to us. He's back there doing what he needs to do to make sure he keeps these guys in line.
Keep themselves in line as drivers are making some hard decisions for themselves to further on back. As looked like Gavin Rogers was trying to make a pit stop for himself, and it did not go well. He found himself into the grass. Drivers are trying to set up for pit stops, it looks like here. And here we go. 2 lap down drivers as well as the view up front. Entering pit road, it's Larry England, Tom Sinjak into pit road for themselves.
Someone just pit in front of me and didn't call
a lot
it.
of drivers over the radio. This is it. It's the giant surge. Watch out for the
I'm staying out right here.
A lot of drivers rolling back in the third group have already come to
That's
pit
first
road,
people
but up
from the
front,
inside
traffic
line
called into
to the
pit
pit.
road.
So
It's really fun to watch. This is what we talked about. They are spread out enough.
They're stacking up.
That huge 2x2 group that these guys should be able to
Oh,
slow
trouble
down.
though. Ollie Fonseca, also Steven Stympian get into one another. Stympian wanted to pit, but got ran over by the 24.
Oh, that's not good. Don't want to have pit road issues. That could make them really lose the draft. All that you see right now, you got one car going through the grass up there in the top corner, Sam.
Black flag for Danny Cochran.
Obviously, somebody didn't see that.
He's
Everybody was
got a
sitting in front of
40-second
us.
hold. And for Danny Cochran, that's another race this week. Caught with a speeding penalty. That's
I'm going to
tough
pit this next
pill to
lap.
swallow for the 2 machine. More drivers entering pit road. It's Bronson Stafford who is leading. It's now going to be all Lucky Ducks up front, leading this race, trying to be the last driver into pit road. Ollie Fonseca completely misses his way into pit road. Comes to a complete stop on the racing surface and is almost about to wreck and does wreck into a car.
Wait, I
Matthew
gotta be
Rodriguez
pitting.
and Ollie Fonseca make contact on
I got you. I got you.
Wow, that's really unfortunate.
12 car
right
pit
there.
stop, 12
We
pit.
talked about Ollie Fonseca coming up through the field, having a good race, but now look at the front bumper torn off. The other car.
Always gonna go one more time.
Ideal for these guys right here, pitting at lap 126. Not how they want it there, and that's a ton of damage on that car.
And it's required damage for Ollie Fonseca as more drivers entering pit road for themselves. Here's the big Cody Reed. It is a complete mess, and when you've got 43 drivers out on track, it's bound to have some issues. But leading the way,
Yeah, and I got
driving
too
main
forward. I
their
slid through my
stops,
box.
it's the
53,
07 of
64.
Ryan Noel.
I guess you
That's
guys
gonna be the
coming
first
behind me,
driver
I think.
out as he tries to
57.
get up to speed. But a lot of fast drivers making the charge. It's going to be Tom Sinchek blitzing his way forward with a lot of speed as well. Oh man, this is going to be fun, Justin. Pit stops are over. It's all about
How
who's
did I
grabbing the
lose
win
that much
at the
time
end
on
of the
pit
night.
rate? Good lord.
And look at how spread out the field is getting now. You're going to have a
You
couple
go ahead,
more cars
wait, I'll
merging here, not
behind you since we're
speed yet.
banking here.
Kind of gets a little bit hairy situations as cars look at the difference in
Get 'em,
speed. You
King.
see guys down on the apron, not up to full speed yet.
They gone.
But that could be really troublesome when you're coming out by yourself.
Ryan,
You're
check
trying
up,
to
we'll
get up
get
to speed. You got the big pack of cars coming behind you at full speed.
There are 5 drivers in line that have been alliances. They have been teammates under the Category 5 Esports brand outside of league racing. That's Tom Sinchek, Larry England, Zach Hall, Vincent Sora, Cedric Hunter. Those 5 drivers, alliance outside of the league. But tonight, they're split up on 4 different teams. How well do you want to work with one another as they're trying to catch up to these 2 drivers? Douglas Newbigging, Aaron Smith II, taking 2 tires. Rest of the field took 4, and they're getting caught very quickly. The gap is 1.7 seconds. You see that group behind the line. The 70 and the 7. Do they have enough pace to hold off the rest of the field for 20 laps? Justin, I don't think so.
There's literally zero reason for Bronson to be on my outside instead of
Sam,
just
that they have
pushing me.
working for him is the car right behind them, that green machine. that third car. That might help slow down the draft a little bit by the time the big pack gets to them. They got to go around that car. That might stall them out enough that these two drivers up here might go one high, one low, and at least they have a chance to stay in the front row of that big pack because it's not a huge pack. There's only about 8 or 9 cars back there. They're definitely going to have more speed. But with this third car, that might change everything.
4 drivers caught with speeding penalties. The 4 drivers being Steven Stympian, Gavin Rogers, Danny Cochran, Mike Tellinger. One lap down. They need a caution to get back into this fight as we're about to be 20 laps to go. And the lead pack going to be around 19 drivers, 11 drivers going to be in this lead group. Once the second pack catches up to Douglas Newbigg and Aaron Smith, as they are trying their best to fly forward.
What do you want to do?
It's going to be a good fight because you look at the drivers that are all in this group. There's a lot of lucky duck drivers that are in this pack. There's a lot of
whatever you were doing before the pit stop.
But it's on. Here we go. They are grouped up 11 drivers. Who's taking the win with 19 laps to go?
Get an opportunity.
Oh, it's
So I can
let's
go. Say no more.
Yeah.
With 19 right now. Here it is. They got to the lap car. Are they going to have enough power to get to the outside quarter panel and stall out? As we got another lap car coming up on Douglas Newbigg and Aaron Smith. They move up. They're going to block that momentum. They're going to be able to maybe keep the lead here, Sam. But no, look at this. Move back to the inside. Tom Senchak. Now they split it. Aaron Smith up high. Doesn't have the drafting help.
Doesn't have the team help, doesn't have the drafting help, but Tom Senchak does not want to be your follower no more. He had been following everyone else throughout the whole entire green flag stint. And the 26 at Tom Senchak, I circled him up as someone we didn't really talk about. Well, now we talk about him. The 26 is in the lead. He's got Larry Yingling behind him, and they're trying to pull away from the rest of the field. But Cedric Hunter, he dips it to the inside, trying to get by Aaron Smith the second. John Forbes trying to make his way forward, and that throwback Terry Labonte scheme,
yeah, Don, I don't know if you want to push to the middle. That's what Brian was running before the pit stop, and we were gaining a few tenths of laps.
Both lanes, but at the moment, looks like Yingling trying to find an opening to get by this 26-foot can.
And the 70 is going to fight back with those 2 tires on the outside. Is he going to be able to get alongside? Not going to be able to do it. As Larry Yingling's going to push back on Tom Senchak. He gets him a little loose there going off into the corner. You saw a little bit of the wiggle. These drivers are going to be pushing harder and harder each lap now. 17 to go, Stan.
Find your alliance if it's possible, and I'm looking through the field. There's not a lot of drivers that are lined up with their teammates. It is a mix and mingle and speed gating at the time. Who is your friend? Who do you trust to push you forward? Aaron Smith the second gets shoved
I thought he'd be the middle
Forbes
too.
Up to the lead, but they're going to have Ollie Fonseca on the outside. The 24 will stay high. They're going to go 3 wide, getting by the lap car, and it's John Forbes taking the draft assistance. The 11 now going to be pushed up to the front, and this is exactly what, if you're Aaron Smith II, and if you're going to be the 07 of Ryan Noel, you need to get in line.
That's an intense battle back here for 23rd.
Teammate assistance, and also 4th car on the outside is the 7 of Douglas Newbigg. Lucky Ducks. They might have had struggles earlier on. They might have had some blips, some mistakes in the middle of this race, but they're about to get all lined up if they can time this perfectly with 15 laps to go here tonight.
These drivers, they have those 4 fresh tires. Now they feel like they can make the move, but the driver with the 2 tires still holding on the bottom. But man, I don't know, Sam. 2 tires on the bottom. How long is that going to stay fresh for him, and how long is he going to keep hooking that bottom?
And can we stay green? Last time we were here, we did 2 overtime attempts. Here tonight, we've only had 2 cautions. There's been moments where drivers have had scares, but we've kept it together. Some drivers have had some wrecks that have ended their night, such as Ben Keeney. We've also had drivers get disconnected, such as Drew Jua. But who's willing to make the big move here late to try to take the win? Because John Forbes in the 11 looks strong, but you know the driver behind you. You cannot trust Ryan Noel. There's just too many other lucky duck drivers around this front pack.
That driver making a move. Tom go from the inside to the top. That pink car, number 13, Cedric Hunter made a big power move. He wanted to get in that outside line. He felt like he saw something up there. He wants to get that, and as he did it, look at the momentum. Maybe on the inside, starting to fizzle out. Now you got 2 cars on the outside.
Let's don't see how we lost that much.
Inside of the 70 machine.
We're gaining.
These drivers keep on putting
I just meant on pit road.
lap down. Now 12 laps
and there's only 12 laps. We're not going to make it in time. We may miss the big wreck up there, though.
On the backstretch, you must stay on the racing surface.
3 spots.
And not even
Wreck on the
have
backstretch.
left side tires
Yeah.
go over that red line to advance positions. All drivers know what the rulings are, but it's who's willing to make that first diving move to the apron. We have not seen it at all here tonight. Everyone's been staying on the racing surface unless you've been pushed down to the apron or you've been trying to avoid a wreck. But with that move through 3 and 4, it's now Noel. It's now Aaron Smith the second. We got some Lucky Duck drivers in line with one another, but an outside group. Former rivals, John Forbes, Trent Jump, rivals for a championship back in the ISRC truck days. Well, now they got to be alliance. Who's going to get the win here tonight? 11, so to be 10 laps to go.
We just do not have time.
Who's going to be the one that decides to go 3 wide? And are they going to do something? These guys in the back half of this first group, are they going to do something and get up there to mix it 3 wide? Maybe with a couple laps to go. Not wanting to do it yet, but hey, as you see that, we see
now it's 4.0.
Am I seeing that second group?
Yeah.
They have a chance to catch it. These drivers start to race. We're going to have
keep
more
this
cars
up.
in this
I mean,
field.
they're going to start battling. We might have a shot.
Yeah, if they keep battling and we get close enough to get their draft as well.
Bumps, maybe drivers getting into the wall, just a complete loss of momentum for this lead group. The gap between 11th and 12th place is 4.2 seconds, a little bit too big with 9 laps to go. But who's willing to make the big moves? It's going to be Douglas Newbig going to the outside. Also going to see Trent jump to the inside. They're going to be splitting the middle.
I could take a lot harder.
Here we go as it's time to get racy. Cedric Hunter, Zach Hall, drivers that have been up front and having multiple chances to win this race in the past. Now trying to shove their way forward. They're stuck in the sucker hole though. They don't have the momentum. Contact for Edward Jr. on the outside row. And they hold it together once again.
I tried middle and we were 2 tenths slower.
And it's going to be the battle between John Forbes, Douglas Newbig,
we got a bigger pack now,
with 8 laps to go.
For the lead, and those 3 cars on the outside, they cleared the inside. A lot of room down there. That means it's going to get in third position.
Sidebar, looking to the bike on 40.
He dropped to the inside, but no, he's going to get that momentum. Come back up. Is he going to get the big push here from Zach Hall and go to the front? Is he going to lead this lap? Under 8 to go.
If we see another big move like that again, if drivers trying to go 3 wide for the lead, that could be necessary to help that second.
It's allowing him to stay on me a lot more.
After that big move, the lead group has lost over a half a second.
Same time, but that was just the first time.
Just not fast enough to really be a factor unless we see
we went from 31.6 to 31.5.
Putting the push, trying to get his other lap down driver, a Matt Meir through the middle. Lap cars influeing the middle of this pack, but up front, it's still John Forbes. But mixed and mingled, it's the Lucky Duck drivers, Edward Schubert Jr., Douglas Newbigging. Watch them try to force the issue to go to the outside and go 3 wide, or if they see an opening, they're ducking low on the 11.
Just got loose out of nowhere. He wouldn't hit me or nothing.
He was thinking about making it 3
You gotta
wide.
pull it out, guys.
As you see right there, the 11 just not holding it right down. Douglas Newbig coming out of that corner. I saw him poke his nose. We're going to see right here. Is he going to
passing me? 3 wide, 3 wide.
Find out here. Cedric Hunter to the inside. Will the 7 make a move on the 11? Or will the 11 be able to hold it?
Not able to do so. Losing time and effort for themselves as lead back once again, shimmying and shaking wherever they can go. Now they're going to have lap cars in front of them. It's going to be James Kunkel as well as Dakota Moniz. Will they go down to the apron or will they stay on track? They stay on track. This could give an opening for some drivers to go 3 wide if possible. That second pass also getting very racy on using the lead, taking the 12th place position. But up front, Kunkel stays low. Moniz stays on the course. It's John Forbes. We're also going to be seeing Douglas Newbigging. They got to shrink back down to the inside groove. We're going to be 3 wide up next to the corner. Watch out for the 5. He stays high, trying to stay off that outside wall. 3 wide across the line, 5 to go, make it 4. As, oh boy, John Forbes getting pushed out of the way. There's the move for Lucky Ducks, and it's Douglas Newbigging through the middle.
He made that move on the 11. We talked about it a couple laps ago. He did it. Going to go 3 wide for the lead. Come out 2 wide. Still got that Cedric Hunter machine on the inside. Not able to clear him. But if he does clear him, we'll go to the inside. Do you want to be on the inside? It looks like the 7 does want to be on the inside.
I'm having to lift now. I was going full out. That's why I got loose.
Douglas Newbig, he's not going to give anyone a chance. He's going to try
and block every lane. Hit me for all it's worth, though.
Trying to block every lane. And that middle group going to have 3 Lucky Duck drivers in a row. You got Douglas Newbig. You also got Edward Schubert, Aaron Smith the second in line. Inside group with Cedric Hunter, Zach Hall, Larry Yingling, the veterans of the WSSR Cup Series, trying to hold the crowd. 3 laps to go. Will it be the Lucky Ducks drivers, or could it be the veterans? Could it also be one of the surprise winners here tonight? Off the exit of the corner, Cedric Hunter going to be the leader with 2 laps to go here tonight.
really pushed on the outside quarter of the 7 machine through that corner. Luckily, nothing happened there, but man, that's aggressive. That's where the moves happen that could cause accidents, but those drivers were hooked up. They were doing what they needed to try and stay there alongside the 13, but they're not having that momentum right now. The 13 on the inside line, shorter distance, going to come through. It's going to be coming to 1 to go.
Zach gets tight. The 32 pushes the 7 high. They're going to be squeezing 3 wide, battling for 3rd place. Hunter's going to have no help. Cross the line. White flag in the air. This is official. Justin. It could be Hunter. It could be Douglas Newbigin. As they're going through 1 and 2, it's the 13 looking for any help. But Larry English gets.
No, you're good. I just went up at the exact wrong time.
Getting below the red line is fair game. It's the 13 of Cedric Hunter trying to win another opener for a WSSR season, trying to hold back. There's no one close. Who can duck it down low? Aaron Smith the second's hoping, but no one will grab it. Hello, Kitty. Hello to a win. Cedric Hunter wins.
Still there.
Wow, Cedric Hunter with 13 gets a much-deserved win. Great driver. Great speed.
I lost a bunch of spots there at the end.
Second position, we're going to hear from him. Larry Engling. 3rd place.
Big back here.
Edwards Jr.
Good effort.
5th.
Oh, that sucks.
Whoever chose this
Ruined
they
opener. Kept it together.
I don't like you anymore.
Justin, I think that's the most impressive thing of the night. Is
Good
they
win,
kept
Cedric.
it
Sorry
together.
about the contact
Only
early on.
just a few.
The people that we pit with, or that I pit with, finished 5th. I lost so much on pit road there.
But it doesn't come out. Instead, Cedric Hunter in the 13 Hello Kitty machine grabs the win for himself. He moved away from Lucky Ducks and wins ahead of the whole team as the rest of Lucky Ducks Racing was up there with an incredible surge. You got to give kudos to Douglas Newbigin, Aaron Smith II, Edward Shore Jr., and Brian Noel. They put in their best efforts, but 13 too big of a gap. No one could catch them. And Cedric Hunter is your winner here tonight. Congratulations.
Don't make a video on how to pit.
Cedric Hunter again.
Guess you'll suck it up.
Top 3 when we come back. Cedric Hunter, Douglas Newbigin, Larry Engling, and a spotlight driver right after this.
Definitely don't need those views. Need how to qualify videos though. Yeah.
There's one out there.
Qualifying on 1 and 2.